Kenner released Wonderworld in 1995. The idea behind Wonderworld was to take the aquarium concept and make it into something that could be displayed as an art piece in your room. The kits included a powder that, when mixed with distilled water, created a gel substance that you could place various plastic pieces into to create various scenes.
Enter a new dimension where you can suspend objects in time and space. Wonder how?
Wonder World, a magical world in the making.
Mix the magic gel, let it set, then suspend the action. Create a treacherous treasure hunt. Change it, add it things. Go on a mermaid adventure, then show it off.
Look, bubbles! Cool!
Wonder World, a magical world in the making.
Set sold separately. Distilled water required and not included. Gel takes about 45 minutes to set.
The sets were generally based around actual fish aquariums or underwater scenes. Most of the kits included different fish and sea creatures, mermaids, or even underwater submarines. When the gel was in place in the aquarium, you could use a pair of tongs that were included to place the various fish and objects inside. The pieces would then be suspended in the gel, and recreate underwater scenes that could be easily changed around if desired. You could even insert small air bubbles, or in some cases, special effects like blood. It was actually a pretty interesting concept. But Wonderworld did not stop with just underwater scenes. In 1995, Kenner also released their brand new series of Star Wars action figures, The Power of the Force. With the huge push behind the return of Star Wars figures to toy shelves, Kenner branched the license into various other toys and collectibles beyond just the figures themselves, including, yep, you guessed it, Wonderworld. The Star Wars Wonderworld recreated the famous space battle above the Death Star. The set included 4 small ships that were very similar to Galoob's Micro Machines, although these were a lot softer and more rubbery in order to better stay in place inside the gel. Because they were softer, the ships actually tended to come a little warped or bent out of shape. The set included the aquarium itself, the 4 ships and various other pieces, the Death Star base, and a space scene to attach to the back of the aquarium. Now, in order to make this set, you need distilled water. You have to make sure not to use tap water. The instructions give you the exact measurement of distilled water to mix with the included packets of powder. You must vigorously mix the powder with the water and then pour it into the aquarium. After setting for a few hours, the water becomes gel. Now, I'm not sure if it's because this particular set was so old, or maybe if I just didn't mix it properly, but my gel did not seem to solidify as much as it should have. As you can tell, the ships are sinking a bit more than they probably should. Using the included tongs, you can insert the ships into the gel any way that you see fit. There are even small laser blasts you can add that are so small they're actually quite a pain. Top that off with a few small asteroids, and you've got yourself a really cool Star Wars battle scene suspended in gel. Now, once it's all set up, it's pretty much just a display piece only. You can feel free to move the ships around if you want, but the more you tend to move them, the softer the gel seems to get. And time will tell how long this will actually last. As soft as mine is already, I don't really see it lasting for very long. So again, it's quite an interesting concept, and it is a bit of fun. It's still possible to come by some of these sets online that have never been opened. This Star Wars set here is actually the easiest to find. So if you think this looks like fun, or you have kids who might enjoy it, then you may want to go ahead and pick one up to give it a try. But if you're just a collector, I really don't see much appeal for these. In fact, My memories of Wonderworld were a lot better than this actual set seems to be. So, overall, it's a neat concept, but nothing really that exciting. Until next time, guys.